The talk all week was the young roster, but how did that young roster play out there tonight?
Yeah, real good job for the first game. You know, there's great crowd, really good energy in the building, and Toronto played a very pressure-oriented game. They seem to be in our face a lot, so you're under duress. There's not a lot of time and space, and you know, I thought for the most part after the first 10 minutes, we did a pretty good job, and the young guys were able to make some plays and handle that pressure. I would have liked to have seen us convert a little more on our offensive chances. Even though we got 4, it felt like we should have got more. A little credit to their goaltending, but we created some really good looks. And then, you know, expected a little bit. We are young. We got pretty squirrely in the last 10 minutes, and that's where Upi stood tall for us.
Some young guys, Roseanne, 2-point effort. What do you think of this performance?
Yeah, Isak, he's been very good since rookie camp. What I like about him is, in all the young forwards, they've come to the rink every day with a real good attitude. They're young and there's immaturity at times to their game, but they're coming to learn every day. They're coming to work every day. They get here early. They're putting time in the shooting room. They're watching video with the coaching staff. They're doing the things that are necessary to become really good hockey players. So I was excited to see you know, some of those young guys and Isak especially get rewarded. You know, what a shot.
UPL standing tall in that last 10 minutes. I mean, how has his game changed over the offseason? He ended last season on an injury. Did he come into the night really strong?
You know what was neat to see? 2 guys, you know, 3 guys that we had out in the postseason that were key members of our team that you know, we really felt you needed were UPL, Weisbach, and Mersch, and you have them back tonight, and you remember why they're so important to your club. So I thought Upi started strong because they had some good chances in the first, and then I thought he was excellent in the last 10 minutes as the game got squirrely. He's stronger. He's in better condition. He had a great summer, so he is less sloppy in his movements in the crease. He can hold position longer because of that. So that was nice to see him get off to a good start. And like I said, I thought Weisbach was fantastic defensively and offensively, which is really important for his development.
Sean McDermott tells us special teams matter all the time. Matter tonight for you guys.
Yeah, it was big. And you know, I have 2 fabulous assistant coaches, Michael Peck and Mike Weber, and they run the special teams. And certainly I have input, but those guys are in charge. They take great pride in it. And I think they did a really good job having the guys pretty dialed in on that tonight. We want to be more aggressive on the penalty kill, so it was nice to see us be more aggressive and force the play a little bit more, and obviously get that shorthanded goal. So the special teams came up huge tonight, and credit to the players, but also credit to my assistant coaches.
You seem like at the point too. He's supposed to be doing up there on the top.
He's excellent. Pilot is excellent up there, but I will say this: like, we have 6 defensemen that all could run the first unit power play. We have a very mobile, puck-moving, transitional-oriented defenseman. All 6 of these have ran power plays in the American Hockey League. A lot of them have played in the NHL. So Pilot is excellent up there. Prowl was excellent up there. Loxtonen's been excellent in the past, but the other guys as well are very capable of being power play quarterbacks. So we have plenty of options up there, which is a good problem to have.
Very intriguing line. Just why did you put them there like this?
Well, I think that, you know, Sean Malone and Murphy do such a good job with the younger players. They're leaders. They wear letters for a reason. I have such respect, but more importantly, the guys have such respect for those 2. The guys really look up to those 2, how they go about their business, how they treat people, how hard they play. And I thought Sean did a great job last year of starting with Peterka and Quinn. Malone's a guy that kind of brings you into the fight with him because he's a player that likes to battle, likes the physicality, likes to win puck battles, and he seems, whatever line he's on, he seems to drag guys into the fight with him. And so I think that's an important aspect of Rosine's game that we're continuing to try to grow and develop, is that puck battles and hunting the puck. And I thought he did a really good job of that tonight, which was great to see. And Yuri Kulik did as well for our young forwards and Kisakov also. I mean, Kisakov had 3 or 4 excellent plays that could have resulted in goals. So that was good to see, but that's why I put him with those 2.
Chase Prisky, very quiet, had a very nice camp in Buffalo. Just what have you learned about just his style, his personality, being around?
Yeah, he's so I'm real good friends with Rand Pecknold, the longtime Quinnipiac coach. He's one of the best coaches in college hockey, and he was his captain, and he raved about him and talked about that he's one of the biggest culture drivers that they've ever had in their history of their program. And so we knew we were getting a really good player and a great person that does things the right way and works really hard. And then he came to Buffalo's camp, and I thought Prisky, Davies, Clegg, Pilot all had great camps and all showed why they've played NHL games and they're on the cusp of being full-time NHL defensemen. And we just want to help the guys keep growing their game.
You were down in D for their first 10 minutes. What was in why?
Davies got a puck to the face. So he took, 10 or 15 stitches on a puck to the face. So
Warm-ups or warm-ups?
no, first or second shift for him. Yeah, early in the game. Yeah.
So obviously, beginning of the season, you're experimenting a lot with your lines and pairings, but was there anything from tonight that you took away as this is a pairing or a line that you really like that you want to keep together?
You know what? I thought there was moments that all the lines had connectivity and meshing. I thought Mason Yap's line was excellent. Yap, Cedarquist, and Kisakov. They're listed 4th, but they're not a 4th line. There were 3 really good hockey players, and so maybe not traditional, like they're playing against Clifford's line. So it's an interesting that the traditional 4th line would be big and heavy and mean and run around and hit people. But that line can potentially create matchup nightmares for opponents because of their skill and their speed and their intelligence. So I thought they generated a lot of chances for us at 5-on-5 and turned the momentum for us a lot of shifts.
What are your biggest takeaways now you have to go to Toronto tomorrow? Yeah,
I think that, Toronto does a good job putting you in uncomfortable situations with their attack and then with their puck pressure. We're going to have to do a better job managing that. We didn't give up a ton of shots, but I thought the quality of shot was a little too high, especially in the first 10 and the last 10 minutes of the game. So those are things we want to clean up. But the beauty of playing a game, especially with a team this young, is you needed to play a real game, kind of see where you're at, get a baseline, and then attack some things that we have to get better at.
There were many candidates for shot block of the night, but would you perhaps give it to Brandon Byro for his big block in the last 10 minutes? You're up by 3 at that point.
Yes. That was a big one. There was a lot of them. It's something we talked a lot about before the game. I show identity clips, I call them, things that we do when we're at our best. And we talked about everybody needs to block shots. Everybody needs to win puck battles. Everybody needs a back check. It's not just Brett Murray and Michael Mercer's job to go to the front of the net. Everybody needs to go to the front of the net. I showed clips of Jack Quinn and Brandon Byro and guys like that, high-end offensive players here for us, blocking shots last year. And I like tonight that a lot of different guys block shots because that's an ultimate sign of caring about your teammates. And I like tonight that we stuck up for each other in a couple of those scrums. We don't have a fighter per se, but we need to be a team that collectively stands up for each other. And I thought I saw that tonight.
Chuckle out of Marsh being on his knees in the crease right before that first goal. It was very reminiscent of last year.
I've shown some video on that, and the new guys to our team are mesmerized by how he pulls that off. So it always gets a laugh out of people for sure.
Yeah, one more on the Zoom maps.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Wondering if you could just expand a little bit more on what you saw and what you liked from Kisakov tonight. Obviously his first game that counted in North America, and he stepped right up.
Yeah, a couple things I really liked. His intelligence, his hockey intelligence is high end. He sees plays. There's even a few plays tonight that he tried that didn't quite connect that would have been extremely special. But I think you saw a glimpse of his slipperiness when he got through the defenseman in the second period and almost went 5-hole. But I also like that in the first period, he went hard to the front of the net. He got a scoring chance, and Clifford, who is a big, mean, opponent, cross-checked him, and he didn't move. He stood right there, just kind of showing to everybody and probably to himself, like, I'm not going to back down. This is where I need to get to try to score. So I think there was a lot of good things from his first game.